Hey guys, how's it going? Steam Pixelated Gaming here. Hope you all are having a good day. In my last video, I covered this game, Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins, Game Boy Advance. I cleaned out the contacts. The board had a little bit of water corrosion on it, and discovered that the save battery was most likely dead. So I did a little bit more digging around on this and found some exposed traces as well. I'm gonna set the multimeter to continuity mode so there's a beep whenever there's continuity. For example, this pin and that contact there. Zoom this in so you can see that a little better. This pin here and this contact here make continuity. So, like I said, there's a beep whenever there's continuity. However, there's certain traces that have continuity where there shouldn't be. Let's see if I can find one. Yeah, right there. If you can see this, but there's a little bit of corrosion there where the solder mask has been eaten away. I'm hoping that cleaning this up prevented any more of that, but we'll see. Got a little bug crawling across there. So I got my soldering iron all heated up. We're gonna replace that battery. First we're gonna add some flux to those 2 solder pads there. That just ensures that the surface is clean and the heat will dissipate evenly. Let's move this over here real quick. So first things first, we're gonna add a little bit of solder to those solder points here and here. That way it'll just be easier to remove the solder, a little bit of fresh solder on there. Go ahead and do that. Not appear that this wants to, the old solder wants to melt. Alright, it just turned out that the soldering iron wasn't fully, the tip of the soldering iron wasn't fully attached. It's never beneficial. Gonna add a little bit of solder to that one, heat that pad up, add some solder, and do the same to the other one. Alright. Gonna add a little bit more flux. And then start moving that solder with some desoldering braid. Cut off the old stuff that already has a little bit of solder in it. Get some nice fresh braid there. Just work on getting that old solder off. Remove this battery and put a new one on. might have put a little bit too much solder on those pads, but it's all getting removed anyways. That one's looking pretty clean. Work on the next one. Right, there we go. So that battery is not going to come off quite yet. Still attached to that board. So what we need to do is get a pair of tweezers. And use them to help us get that off the board. Just heat up one pad. And lift that battery terminal off, like so. Can get underneath that, and we can do the same for the other one. Just a little bit of upward pressure, and should come right off onto that solder. So there's our battery. It's like a little bit of water corrosion on the back there. Nothing too bad. Set that aside. Clean up this pad a little bit. We get down to the bare pad on there. Seem to have got my solder wick stuck to that, but it's not too big of an issue. Work on this other pad. I would say that's good. More solder is coming up. That's what I want. Right now I'm going to clean the board, just get some of that residual flux off of there. That dry so we don't cause a fire. And as it is, this game will still run, but obviously without having a save battery on there, will not save anything, as these Game Boy games required a save battery to back up data. How many times can I say save in the same sentence? Anyways, I'm going to be putting a CR1616 battery on there, which is the same as this one. You gotta make sure you get these tabs lined up properly, because one is positive, one is negative. And on the board here, you can see where it shows the positive side and the negative side. The negative side's over there. It's the positive. So just gotta keep that in mind. Just gonna go ahead and make sure that fits. Drop that right on there. It does. Get our flux. So I'm on the contact, the battery, and the pad on the board. Make sure it's lined up again. And just add, well, first we'll heat both those up and add a little solder onto there. Alright, to one side. The other side. Add a little bit, kind of tack it into place. So. And there's the battery on. So we're just gonna continue adding solder onto there. Nice pool of it. Sure it covers that battery terminal. You don't want this breaking free and then you have the same problem you were earlier with it not saving. So nice pool of solder on that side. Let's do the same on this side. All right. Should look something like that. I'm gonna put this back. Actually, first thing we're gonna do is clean it off, because that flux is corrosive. This board is already seeing enough corrosion on it. Make sure that's all cleaned up. No residual flux on there. Dry it off. All right. Pop this back into its cartridge. And give it a whirl, see if it's saving again. Alright, got my trusty Game Boy Advance. My original Game Boy. Kind of hold at an angle there so you can see it. So as you can see, I guess that's 2%. So I've completed the introduction level. Over here. And the first level of the tree zone. So, I should be able to turn this off, take this out, just in case the Game Boy is providing any extra power to this. And it should save. So we'll pop that back in. And there we go. Last thing to do is to screw the security bit back on, the Nintendo bit. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button down below. Let me know in the comments if this inspired you to replace the safe battery in one of your own Game Boy games. Anyways, that's all for now. See you guys in the next video. Have a good day.